Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney if you're new here, and for today's video I decided to show you guys my updated everyday routine. This is my take on the clean girl makeup look. If you've seen that going around on TikTok, it's essentially a no makeup look but a little bit more elevated, a little bit more sculpted, just to give you a little zhuzh, you know? So I'm also going to be showing you guys how to create this look with mostly affordable products. So if you're into saving a little money and you want that same clean girl look but affordable, so please keep watching. But before we get into the video, please be sure that you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And let's get into how I achieved this clean girl makeup look. Okay, so recently I've been doing my brows a little differently. I've been going in with the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder first, and this is the shade 3. So it is a shade lighter than my brow hairs, and I will start with this first, and then I'll go in and create hair-like strokes as needed. But I use this as like a base to create the shape that I want. So I go in with the darker shade in here, and I just start to fill in where I need to definitely have some more definition and create the shape that we want, and kind of try to make it look a little bit more like the other side. All right, and then I'll have something a little like that. There, the shape looks kind of the same, but as you can see on top, you can still see the lighter color on top. So we want to make that look a little bit more natural. So I go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint pen, and then I'll go in and I'll create little hair-like strokes in the area where it's quite light so that it looks more natural. All right, and then we want to go through with a little bit of brow gel, and I've been using the brow glue by NYX, and I'll just put a lid. I actually need to buy a new one. It's like all brown and it's supposed to be clear, and I will just bring it in an upward motion and fluff up the brows a little. And then we need that to just set and dry. So next what I do is I just go in with a tiny bit of concealer underneath and clean that up. And then the next thing I've been doing lately is I've been doing concealer before foundation. So I'm using the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, and I place this on my face first before foundation. So we're gonna go in with a concealer brush and just go like this first. Place them in the inner and outer like this, and then cover up any redness, blemishes. My skin's really irritated right now, I don't know why. And I am moisturized and primed already. Just used the Glow Recipe Nasimi drops and my regular lotion. So I feel like by applying the concealer first, it helps that you don't apply too much product, because sometimes you can go in really heavy with foundation and then you want to use the concealer to create a more sculpted, lifted effect. But if you do the concealer first, I find that it helps you use less foundation and your skin ends up looking nicer. So now I'm gonna go in and blend with this sponge. Now this concealer is not super full coverage, but I love the finish of it because it doesn't cake up on me. It just really leaves a nice, fresh looking glow. So next, I go in with a little bit of the NYX Born to Glow foundation. This is the shade Natural. It's a little dark for me right now. I do need to reapply my self tanner, but this is what I'm gonna just use today. I'll probably bring it down onto my neck. It's a little, look at how pale my hands are. And I just go in with the sponge. And I start in the cheek area, and I don't focus it too much on the under eyes, but I will blend into it lightly. Now, this foundation is it's a medium coverage foundation, so that helps keep the complexion looking like skin. Then we sculpt the face a little bit. So I just go in with a little bit of the NYX Wonder Stick. This is the shade Medium Tan. I love the color of this contour, and it is super easy to use. So I bring it up the bridge of my nose and kind of into my eye here area to define that area, and then I also put it right here. And when we blend that out, that will act as like my shadow, my eyeshadow. Now with the nose contour, sometimes I have to go back in with some concealer because this contour stick is super blendable, sometimes it moves around too much. So on a daily basis, that's literally all I do for eyeshadow, is just a little bit of the cream contour in just that area and blend it, and it creates like the perfect everyday shadow look. The other thing I've been doing lately is bringing this white crayon down the center of my nose to highlight, and in the inner corner. I think I put a little too much on this side. Whoopsie. Okay, then I go in with a little cream blush. Then I go in with a little cream blush. I've used the Honest Beauty Cream Cheek Blush in Rose Pink, and I just dab this on with my fingers. So I'll just swirl a little bit in there and put it on the, what do I want to call this? The upper cheekbones and kind of like in the temple area, and focus it there. Now this blush is buildable, and you can use as little or as much as you want, and it still looks so good. I love it. And then I'll just go around kind of the edges of that and blend it into the foundation. Even though we want this to stay really healthy looking and glowy looking, I have to still set the center of my face. With the Laura Mercier loose setting powder, I'm just going to set those areas in my T-zone, and I tap off the excess and pack on in the areas where we're gonna get oily, and I also set the under eye to prevent that from moving around too much. Oh, I don't set the entire face, just the center area where we're gonna get oily throughout the day. And this also helps with texture. Using a translucent setting powder is going to smooth out the pores and make everything look really airbrushed. And then we can kind of swirl off the excess. Then with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, I'm just going to set my base and let that soak in to the skin. Next, I'm just gonna skip over to lips. I'm going to line my lips with the NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. This is like a nude brown-ish shade, good contour shade. So when I line my lips, I kind of overline right in the center here and then go in, so that we avoid this being a little bit too pulled down and then it just doesn't look right. And I only slightly overline the top, and then I'll follow the actual line of my lip. And then I go in with my favorite lip gloss at the moment, the Butter Gloss by NYX in the shade Creme Brulee. It's like a really cute baby pink shade. Then I'll curl my lashes and just go in with some mascara. I have been using the NYX Worth the Hype waterproof mascara. I tried this in my last video for the first time, and I've been using it ever since. I really like how this mascara fluffs out my lashes, and it doesn't oversaturate them to where they will clump. I love it's a non-clumping formula. So good. And I personally avoid the lower lash line to keep it looking really clean. I don't have the thickest lashes on the lower lash line, so it just ends up looking kind of weird and wonky, so I just avoid it. Also, something that I do, a little trick that I learned, is on the outer, applying the mascara and pulling it outwards to kind of create like a cat eye effect with the mascara. I usually just stop right there, but if you want like a little bit of extra, you can add like a little bit of a powdered liner with like a dark brown shade. So from the Ultimate Queen palette that I picked up, I am going to use that brown shade, the darker brown shade, and just put it so lightly on the outer corner. And then I'm just like tapping over it to soften it up with my finger. You just want it to be super subtle. See how that like elongates the eye just the tiniest bit? So this is my take on the clean girl makeup look. This is my everyday sort of routine when I just want to look put together, but not like full glam, even though I did use quite a bit of product, but it doesn't look too much, you know? So that's all for my take on the clean girl makeup look. I hope that you guys did enjoy. Please give this video a like. Please be sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. It's at latest Courtney everywhere, and I like to post on my stories and stuff on Instagram to let you guys know when a new video is up, so be sure that you are following me there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.